Your yoni is a sacred portal to the most creative force of the cosmos. Welcome to Sexually Healing with the sacred grace of Devi. Most of us have been told that our vagina is a place of shame, is a place of respect, not just for ourselves, for the whole community that you're a part of. Sex is a taboo subject in families. The onset of puberty is hardly ever consciously discussed. Most teenagers are self-exploring sexually without any insight into the spiritual or the conscious aspect of their sexuality. Sex education, using bananas to talk about sex, or dummy dolls, is hardly the way sex should be approached. In Bharat, sex was sacred and it was taught to teenagers through Kama Sutra. We had texts for this divine aspect of life. Sex is not something ugly. Sex is not something to be ashamed of. Sex is not something to be done without the approval of the other person. Sex is not something to be done without the approval or participation of the other. Mutual consent and respect is what should mark sex. But when it comes to women, we carry a lot of shame, fear, even a lot of wounds when it comes to sexual energy. And all of this gets concentrated in the yoni. And that which is a portal gets blocked. If you too are suffering from memories of old sexual partners, memories of maybe sexual abuse that you were put through as a child, or your own sexual desires, which you feel afraid to talk about with your peers, with your family, even with your sexual partner, then it's time to go deep and really heal all these thought processes so that we can use the yoni for the greatest, most beautiful, creative experience of life. So that love and intimacy can come into your life in a healthy and balanced manner. I've noticed that girls are hitting their puberty age much earlier than they used to. Of course, plastics can be blamed for this, but that's not the only reason. There is a lot of sexual content that children are being exposed through cartoons, through movies, through unsupervised content on social media. If you just look at the way Bollywood and Hollywood has been creating content without realizing the impact that it will have on the psyche of the little kids or teenagers or masses that are watching this, it's highly irresponsible. Children being exposed to any kind of sexual content, like even songs that are very evocative, they will develop early. They will also become sexually active earlier. Sexual hormones will start getting formed. So we really need to be careful about how we are exposing our kids to all this sexual media, even advertisements. Most advertisements are so sexual just to urge people to buy. Sex sells very easily, mostly because it's a taboo subject. It's no wonder we're the leading population in the world in terms of numbers. In our country, sex is hardly discussed, and yet we are procreating at the speed of faster than rats and rabbits. So, if we want our children to have a more innocent childhood, a longer childhood, then we have to curtail the kind of content that they are watching. Now, when it comes to your own psyche as a woman, you have watched movies showing toxic masculine traits and then falling in love with that kind of a man that is probably abusing you, that even molested you, or that's showing those red flags that we don't want in men when we want to marry them. But because we've grown up watching these kind of movies, too much, so many rapes happening, molestations, all this is in the movies. Then we carry those fears within us. All this settles at a very deep level in you. So be careful of the kind of movies you're watching. You are going to invite those kind of experiences in your life without realizing it. Also be aware of the old sexual relationships that you've had in your life. Is that stopping you from finding true love? A lot of time when we experimented sexually, or whether we got involved with somebody in school or college, we carry deep karmic memory with that person. That karmic memory is so strong that even when the relationship ends, you are unable to restart. You're unable to move on and find a better partner, a new partner for yourself. You'll catch yourself thinking about your exes much more just because you were physically involved with them. So be careful of the people that you develop sexual relationships with. Casual flings, Tinder dates, Bumble, all this might sound very cool and very easy, but it is having a huge impact on you on an energy level, on a karmic level. Just casual sexual encounters with men who don't love you, who don't respect you, who are just looking at you as just a penetration and an orgasm, you'll end up carrying that energy. So, anytime that you expose yourself sexually, be conscious of the person that you are interacting with. Are you being respected? Is your body being respected? Also, women who've gone through sexual abuse, you really need to work on the yoni and healing. There's so many healing modalities, and I will come to that. But become aware that, especially as the feminine, our sexual energy is sacred. It is not something to be taken casually, as many women do, thinking that it's just cool. And because they can, like men, be promiscuous, not because of moral standings. Because I again say this, sexual discovery, sexual exploration is the most natural thing kids and teenagers and younger people do. Sex is a very core need of the body. Please never deny it. But also be careful of who you're indulging with. If sex is important, so is the sexual partner. Now let's talk about the Devi. How can Devi help you heal? I tell women who are blocked sexually, who are carrying pain sexually, to really start dancing. Dance is the most beautiful feminine form of releasing energy and memory. Dance helps you connect with your feminine. Dance helps you express your sexual energy gracefully. Because sexual energy, if repressed, can lead to diseases, can lead to psychosis, depression. Sexual energy is never meant to be repressed and suppressed. It should only be transmuted. And Nritya is the best way to transmute sexual energy. Another tip for young girls to explore their sexual energy and to respect their sexual energy, have a great relationship with your bodies. How do you treat your body? What kind of foods do you feed it? How do you dress it? Are you celebrating being a woman? Are you doing the Sola Singar? Shingar is a very beautiful way of connecting with Devi. Notice whenever you go to a Devi temple, you always offer Shingar there. Why? Because the Shingar brings in a beautiful dimension of feminine energy. Wear bangles, wear lehenga cholis, wear saris, garments that flow. If you're wearing too many jeans, too many shirts, all these restrict the flow of energy. That's why women would always drape in one single cloth. There were no blouses, not even petticoats. Bindis, kajal, makeup can help the feminine energy connect with itself. Another way to harness your feminine energy is through sadhana. If you are single, if you don't have a partner, there is no other way of expressing yourself sexually, start meditating. Start working on your chakras. If you don't know any other way, then this is the best way to transmute sexual energy into spiritual energy. This is what gives you the divine glow. Whether an orgasm or whether it's samadhi, both help totally balance out the hormonal, the energetic, and the physical dimension. When it comes to masturbation, there is again a lot of taboo. A lot of people feel ashamed of the need to masturbate, especially women. Let me tell you, if you find teenage girls and even elderly women masturbating, there is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing unholy. There is nothing that would be evil about it, or it will destroy your energy, or it will destroy your life, as a lot of people say. It's better that you masturbate than going and having sex with a moron. So masturbation versus sex with an unhealthy sexual partner that is demeaning, derogatory, red flags, doesn't want to be with you, doesn't want to commit to you, I would always tell young girls, go and masturbate. Develop a healthy connection with your vagina, with your sexuality. Your right to express yourself is yours. But do it with grace, do it with dignity, do it with the utmost self-respect for this beautiful Devi that you carry within you. Finally, if after all this, you still want to go and experience that risky sexual person and you want to explore sexually, then I would just leave you with this. Every time you want to mate with a man, please understand the biological impact of this. You could get pregnant. Is the boy or the man ready to play daddy? Is he ready to be a father? When you look at him, do you see a responsible, respectful, dignified, stable person? Because God forbid you get pregnant or you feel like getting pregnant. Is he the kind of person you would like to raise children with? That's a great question all women should ask. Because if we don't respect the tools that we've been blessed with, nobody else will. Devi Rises has started and you can join it. If you want to heal your sexual wounds, you want to grow your feminine energy, and you want to embody this power in the most respectful, dignified, graceful way, and then attract a person, your life partner, from that place of love and dignity.